What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Open Table Sports Podcast, episode 18. We are back in the Open Table Sports studio on the University of Bridgeport campus. We're going to get right into it with the kickoff talk. Again, it's, me and Dom Caps, the kid and Dom Caps, if you want to say that. I mean, a lot of people call me the kid. A lot of people call him Dom Caps, but I'm just Matt from Open Table Sports on this podcast, but on the Mario Chaos and the Kid podcast, I'm the kid. So I have different aliases. So we're going to get into the kickoff talk right now. We're going to get into the MLB updated standings. A lot of big things really didn't happen this week, Dom. So we don't really have a lot of big things to talk about. It's been a lot of small stuff for the NFL in terms of declining and picking up fifth-year options and small signings and re-signings and releases. But other than that, even in MLB, there's nothing. It's good in terms of what's going on in the sports world in terms of games and content on TV. Mm-hmm. But when you look at like news, there's really nothing good because there's no trades. There's no big signings. So there's really no big free agent market. There's, no huge trades that are going on. It's just literally playoffs, the start of the MLB season and training camp for the NFL. Mm-hmm. So a busy season is behind us when we had, NFL playoffs, MLB free agency, middle of the season NBA when you were seeing the trade deadline. So we're past that busy time, and now we're getting into more of a slower time. This summer is going to be very dead. Yeah. Besides the NBA free agency and NHL free agency, there's nothing really that big. Yeah. NBA draft, that really doesn't have too much of a pop to it as much as the NFL draft. So we're really looking towards a dry season in terms of sports news. Yeah. Right now we're going to get into the MLB updated standings. We've seen a lot of surprising teams this year. Who's your most surprising team? I think we're 30 games in, a little bit.
Yeah, we're just about 30. Yeah.
Just about 30. Who's your biggest good surprising team that's doing better than you expected?
Look at the Twins. 19 and 10 right now.
We said that they have a possibility to win the Central, but being 19 and 10 with the best record in baseball, that's 30 games in, if you told me the Twins would have the best record. But you also have to look at their division as well. They do have a really easy schedule, even though they did just beat the Astros 3 out of 4. But if you look before that, they faced the Orioles twice, Toronto, Detroit, Kansas City, and then their first series was against Cleveland, which they won 2 out of the 3. So their schedule has been fairly easy. They do have a pretty hard May. They run into the Yankee. Never mind, they don't. It looked good at the beginning because they had Yankees, and then they shoot with Toronto, Detroit, the Angels. Then they face the Mariners, who've been very confusing this year.
Yeah, they looked really awful the last week.
They're 3-7 in their last few, games with a +2 run differential. But it's crazy because the Mariners, they're still first in runs, first in home runs, second in slugging. So, yeah. I mean, pretty interesting. I would agree with you, the Twins, in terms of teams doing good that are surprising. I'd also have to say the Padres sitting at 18 and 14. Mm-hmm. But they have a -4 run differential, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. As we say, they're winning by a little bit and getting blown out when they lose.
Yeah. And I would say a team that's shockingly doing bad. You got to go the Red Sox.
Even the Brewers haven't been as good as I thought they would be. I mean, they're 1 game over 500 right now.
Yeah, we're 4-6 in our last 10. Because we had such a hard schedule. It was crazy because we had to face we were Cubs, and then we had Angels, and then Dodgers, and then Cardinals, and then Dodgers again, and then the Cardinals again, and now we have the Rockies. So it's like we're facing a lot of good teams. Look at that one stretch. Dodgers, Cardinals, Dodgers, Cardinals.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's, 3, so 6, 10, So we had 13 games just against the Dodgers and Cardinals in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty hard, Then we had to go on the road, home, on the road, on the road. So we've had a tough stretch. Getting swept by St. Louis was tough. I wish we took at least a game from them. We only won one game in that 4-game series against the Dodgers.
And another team you look at that's surprisingly doing well so far, the Rays, 20-11.
Yeah.
The AL East.
Even the Yankees with their injuries, they're shockingly doing good.
Yeah, I think, a real test for the Yankees this weekend is they play the Twins. That'll be a test for them.
That's going to be interesting.
Because the Yankees haven't won a game against a team over 500 yet.
Yeah, that's another thing to look at for them. Yeah, they've had some good success the past couple of weeks with their AAA lineup, but is it really, worthy competition? No, but it still shows they have good depth.
Yeah.
In that organization, but definitely a team to look at right now in terms of depth, because people always say, oh, you got to have depth, and Yankees are literally the epitome of depth because they have so much of it.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely strong in the minors, and even with trading a lot of their players away, like down in the minors, they still have that depth. I mean, and they're supposed to be getting a few players back within the next week, so get some power back into that lineup, and the Yankees could.
Because in the next week they're looking at Tulowitzki, Stanton, and Andujar.
Yeah, so that's 3 big players, and get your favorite player off the field, Tyler Wade.
Yeah, I hate Tyler Wade. I don't know how he's still on a roster. Same thing with Orlando Arcia of the Brewers. He's awful. You get the Rays in first for the AL East, Twins in first for the AL Central. The Astros are in first for the AL West. Not really a shocker. And then you have the Phillies in first for the NL East. NL Central, you have the Cardinals in first. Even though the Brewers are 1 game above 500, they're still only 4 games back from first place against, the 20-11 Cardinals.
Oh, it's a crazy. I'm looking at it. The Cincinnati Reds are last in their division, but have a +10 run differential.
Yeah, I don't really get that. That's really weird. I don't know. Even like the Mets, they're 16-15, and they have a -20 run differential.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. And the Marlins, they have a -60 run differential. That's crazy. I don't get these teams.
Yeah, Miami and Baltimore both have -60 run differential.
Yeah. Then you look at the NL West, Dodgers. I mean, the NL is kind of falling into place. We predicted the Phillies. We predicted the Dodgers. Central, we predicted the Brewers. But the Brewers are back on their upswing. They got the Mets coming up. So I'm pretty sure we could probably sweep them. If we sweep them, we can easily get back into first place within the next few weeks.
I think the interesting thing going down the road will be the NL wild card. I think that's going to be the fun battle.
That's going to be a gauntlet.
Because you've got 4 teams in the NL East that can realistically make the playoffs. You've got 3 teams in NL Central that can make the playoffs. And right now, the West is kind of the Dodgers. But, if the Diamondbacks keep going and the Padres keep going, the NL playoff could be an interesting race.
Yeah, the NL is usually good every year. AL is really not the same in terms of teams fighting for contention. Yeah, it's cool. We've seen like the Red Sox and the Astros and the Yankees and the Indians. Like, you got 4 big powerhouse teams. But then you look at the teams, it's like Red Sox are definitely not this. I think last year, kind of a fluke. That got off to a hot start, as we said, winning 20 of their first 25. Astros are really built up. Yankees are really built up. And Indians and Red Sox have fallen off in terms of talent and play. So if you look at it, it's probably going to be Astros and Yankees again, 2 powerhouse teams in the AL. And you look at the NL, it could be Cardinals, Cubs, Brewers, Phillies, Braves, Dodgers. It could be one of those in the World Series. And you look at the AL, it's kind of depleted. I don't think the Rays are going to stay on this track for the rest of the year. I'll be honest. I don't think they're going to stay with the best record, or the Twins are going to stay with the best record. The Twins might, to be honest. If I had to pick a team to stay the course of how they started the season, it would definitely be the Twins.
Because the Indians are good, but they're not like that great. They're not.
And Kluber will be re-examined in 3 to 4 weeks. No surgery, no other specifics regarding a timetable That's actually good timing as we're talking about the
Yeah.
Indians. So he'll likely be out a month, maybe 2 months. And that's only when he's going to be re-examined. So he could end up being out like 3 months.
Yeah, so that's just a big blow
Yeah.
for them. Maybe, they go in on Keuchel. But, I mean,
They don't have a lot of money. That's the thing.
yeah, because they got
Indians are
Trevor Bauer now, really.
Yeah, Trevor Clevenger's out as well. Shane Bieber's going to have to step up. I don't know. MLB's kind of weird this season. You've seen a lot of shocking teams. It's in the AL. NL, you don't really see many shocking teams usually.
Yeah.
NL usually goes on par. But AL is, when it comes to like wild card, you always get like 1 or 2 teams that are like out of the blue, like the Athletics. The year the Yankees came back against the Twins, that was another shocking year for the Twins. But you always see like that one shocking team in the AL make it. But I just can't wait for the MLB playoffs because it's going to be really good. On the NL side, I'm not really looking forward to the AL side that much. NL is going to be very fun. AL it's probably going to be Yankees and Astros, which everyone is probably predicting at this moment. And then we're going to go to the top NBA free agents in 2019 and where they might land. This is probably going to be the highlight of the summer. So many good free agents coming into this summer. Kevin Durant, he's a top free agent right now. I think he's going to go to the Knicks. Where do you think he might go?
I think he's going to go to a team that he wants to be the pure leader of, where he doesn't have anyone, taken away.
And he just seems very bored.
Yeah, I think he's going to go to the Knicks because it's a challenge to build that team back up, and he's going to be the leader of the team. So I think the Knicks is a perfect destination for him. In New York, he's going to be in the spotlight, and I think that's what he wants. He's got his rings, so now he could take the challenge of trying to take a team himself to a championship.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that much of a hassle building that Knicks team. I mean, they already have Kevin Knox and Mitchell Robinson, 2 highlight young players, and you have Ntilikina as well, Alonzo Trier. So I don't think it's going to – and they have money. That's the crazy thing is they have really good money. So it's not that they have to do all these moves to clear cap space. I think it's going to be very easy building that team. As long as you get 1 star player there, the rest will come.
Yeah.
I think right now the Knicks. Then you look at Kawhi Leonard. Right now with the Raptors, if they lose to the Sixers, I think he leaves. Because why would you want to stay with a team who can't get past the second round? I think definitely. I think the Lakers you have to look at. There's a possibility he stays. I don't know. He's that type of player that you can't really put a team to him.
Yeah,
you can't really say like, oh, he's probably gonna. I say Clippers. Maybe Lakers. Definitely a hard person to kind of, determine.
I feel like Leonard is just one of those guys. He's a superstar, but he's kind of not talked about as much, with the rumors and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there was rumors of him getting traded earlier, but then, I don't know if he's happy there.
Yeah.
So he could definitely leave. Lakers are my top option for him. I think if he goes to the Lakers, that just boosts the Lakers up by a lot.
The Lakers are going to need a lot of help. They have no bench. Their starters are weak. That's a team that's tough to build, in my opinion. Lakers are a tougher team to build than the Knicks because the Knicks, they have the cap space. They have everything. People might say, oh, they have LeBron. They have money too. It's LA. I just think they're getting a new coach. And Knicks are going to have the same coach. They're going to have a young core. Knicks have a better young core than the Lakers. In my opinion, I don't think Lonzo Ball is that great. Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma are very inconsistent. Mitchell Robinson, you look at his stats, he's consistent. Kevin Knox, sometimes he's inconsistent, but still a bright player.
I think if he gets that support around him, he'll develop into a much better player.
If he has like a good 2-guard, definitely he could have that shooting outlet to get the assists. Mitch Robinson can get the blocks and the rebounds for him. So I think if he can get the assists, he already gets the rebounds. So, I mean, having Mitchell Robinson definitely helps. If you have a good center like Mitchell Robinson who can do it all. He could score. He could play defense. He could literally do everything. It really helps a team. I don't know. I think Kawhi, I think he's going to LA.
Yeah, I think it's not a safe bet, but it's definitely
The
highly likely.
biggest bet.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving right now with the Celtics, I think same thing. I think him and KD could go to the Knicks. I could see Kyrie maybe going to the Bucks.
He could.
If I were him, I'd go to the Bucks.
If he goes to the Bucks, I think that definitely solidifies the Bucks as the number one team.
Yeah. I don't know. Another player who could really go anywhere, because maybe the Suns, they need a point guard. I know they've been playing Devin Booker there, but he's more of like a two guard.
I could see Kyrie Irving going for the money. So I think it could be like, highest bidder. And I mean, the Suns are going to have money. So
yeah. Then you look at Kemba Walker right now with the Hornets. I know the Mavericks have a lot of interest in him. I don't see that working out because they have Doncic right now. So it's like, I don't see why they would just add Kemba.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, if it works, I know the Bucks have interest in Kemba Walker as well. It's another team to look for him. Again, if the Bucks pick up a top point guard, I think that'll be very good for them. I know they have Bledsoe, who they just signed to a deal. I don't really see him being a top viable option.
I think he'd be great off the bench.
Could be a good six man, definitely. Maybe even two guard.
Yeah.
You add that with Chris Middleton, Giannis, Brook Lopez. Hey, you add a top guard in there, and they could become something. Another top guard, Klay Thompson, another guy the Bucks should probably pick up. But my pick is probably the Lakers, maybe the Knicks. Man, Klay Thompson, so many teams could use him.
Donnie, the Warriors are in trouble next year. I think next year might be.
They're losing Cousins, Thompson, and Durant most likely.
I think that the NBA is going to be good next year, I think.
This is going to shape the future for the NBA. It's just crazy how many big names are on here. Durant, Leonard, Irving, Walker, Klay Thompson, Jimmy Butler, D'Angelo Russell, Tobias Harris, Kristaps Porzingis, Chris Middleton, Nikolai Vucevic, DeMarcus Cousins, Julius Randle, Al Horford, Marcus Gasol, Bogdanovich, Brook Lopez. Shit, I didn't even know he was a free agent. DeAndre Jordan, Malcolm Brogdon was leaving the Bucks, Nikolai Mirotic, Paul Millsap, Goran Dragic, Danny Green, JJ Redick, Harrison Butler. Like, this is deep, man.
Thaddeus Young,
like D Rose, Jonas Valanciunas. Man, this is a deep free agent class. It's gonna be fun. Just know that Open Table Sports will be covering everything revolving around the NBA free agency. So we'll have all of that. Klay Thompson, maybe the Celtics could sign Thompson.
Yeah.
That'd be another good team for him.
Thompson's a great player. He's definitely just overlooked in Golden State. I think he could be a star of a team. He could be the leader of the team.
For his career, he shoots 40% from three. And he only made $20 million this year. I think he'll easily get more than that.
Oh, yeah.
And then you look at Jimmy Butler. I think he'll probably stay with Philadelphia. I don't see why he would leave, especially if they do beat the Raptors and go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
I think he'll stay with them. He likes that group of guys. So.
Yeah, it was a little iffy at the beginning, but I think it's definitely, gotten better. He's kind of transitioned well. The chemistry's starting to get up there, and it's showing in the playoffs. So I think, yeah, like you said, if they make it to the Eastern Conference Final, there should be no reason he leaves the Sixers.
Yeah. I don't know. He's a good defender. He could score well. He's also making $20 million this year, so he's making the same as Klay. Yeah. And then you look at D'Angelo Russell. I don't think he leaves the Nets. I don't see a reason why he would.
Yeah.
I think they just need a couple more stars on that team, and they're set.
Yeah.
I like that team. I think they just need to add a couple more big names. Maybe they add DeMarcus Cousins. Who knows? Maybe they go with some lower guys. Maybe they pick up Vucevic. I don't know. Bogdanovich. Who knows?
Brook Lopez back, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. But D'Angelo Russell, that's going to be another player to look at, even though he's, a restricted free agent. Tobias Harris, unrestricted free agent. Definitely he's making $15 million this year. That's good money for him. Average 20 points per game, 8 rebounds, shooting 40% from three. He had a career high season. So it's, definitely going to be interesting where he goes. Maybe the Knicks pick him up.
Yeah, get a little, not as big of a guy, but another guy to just.
I think he'll make like at least 20 million this year.
Yeah, I mean he's making 15 this year. He should make at least 20.
If you're having a career season on 15 million, you definitely have to be going at least 20 million on him.
Yeah.
So he's definitely gonna be another interesting player to look at. Right now with the Sixers, I like that Sixers team. Hopefully they could make a run at the Warriors.
Yeah.
Kristaps Porzingis, he's a restricted free agent with the Dallas Mavericks.
He's not going anywhere.
They already said they wanted to re-sign him, so I think that's pretty much a done deal with the Mavericks. Chris Middleton, he has a player option. Obviously with the Bucks right now, I don't think he's going to leave.
Yeah, I think he's going to stay.
I think he'll stay. Nikola Vucevic, I think he's gone because they have Mo Bamba now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he'd want to go there and play fiddle to him. He made 13 million this year, 21 points per game, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. That's great for a big guy.
Yeah, so I think
7 feet. I think easily. I think the Lakers,
Nets, those couple teams you could see where he could land.
Clippers maybe, Trailblazers. Because who knows what happens with Nurkic and his injury. Maybe they don't, feel too confident in him.
Mm-hmm.
So Vucevic would be, a good. Maybe he goes to the Pelicans.
Yeah,
Pelicans are looking for a center as well. DeMarcus Cousins, he's an unrestricted free agent. I think he'll be gone, coming off his quad injury. Who knows? Because teams aren't going to want to go all in on him.
Yeah.
It's weird with him, his situation. Because, he was supposed to be a big free agent. He was going to get a big deal. And then he goes to the Warriors in a $5 million deal for 1 year.
Yeah.
And then he barely played. He came back.
So, yeah, no, it's not like he hasn't played enough to earn a bigger contract.
Yeah, he hadn't. I don't know. He didn't really prove himself. And then with the quad injury on top of his Achilles,
mm-hmm.
I don't feel too confident in him. I wouldn't give him anything above 10 million.
Yeah.
If I were a team, to be honest, he doesn't really deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's a top 5 center in the league. Julius Randle, player option with the Pelicans. He another career year for a guy who made $9 million. So he's easily get at least 15 million probably a year. Where do you think Julius Randle might go if he does opt out? If I'm him, I'm opting out of that with the Pelicans.
Yeah,
I would never stay with the Pelicans.
That team's a mess.
Unless they're giving me at least 20 million per year, I'm not taking that, and I'll go elsewhere. Maybe he returns to the Lakers. Maybe
that's a definitely. Lakers are looking for any spot.
Maybe,
basically.
Yeah. Knicks are not, and we keep coming up with the same teams because these are the teams that have the most money and have the most needs. Yeah. Same thing with NFL free agency. If a team has the most money and the most needs, their name is going to be popping up.
Like we had the Colts on every
we had the Colts on everything, the Cardinals, the Browns. Yeah. We had on the Jets. It's just those teams that if you have a lot of money and you have a lot of needs, yeah, you're guaranteed to come up in every single player that comes up. Al Horford, player option with the Celtics. He made $30 million this year. If I'm him, I'm opting into that.
Yeah, no, you're staying.
Yeah, I'm staying for that much money, especially with the Celtics, who are probably going to bring in more people. Marc Gasol, he has a player option with the Raptors. If I'm him, $25 million. I don't know. I'd opt out of that.
You think so?
If it's depending on what happens with Kawhi, I think, and what they do with Lowry, I have a feeling the Raptors might tear it down, especially if they lose to the Sixers.
Yeah.
And if Kawhi does leave, I would just end up, and if he opts out, what I would do is I would just trade Lowry and I would just start from the beginning because
getting the 1 seed every year doesn't matter. Or not the 1 seed, but being a top seed every year doesn't matter.
And they haven't been in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I don't even know. And every year they've been in the running to go to the finals, and they always lose, whether it be first or second round. So they haven't really done anything spectacular. Bojan Bogdanovic, definitely a very underrated player in the NBA. 18 points per game, 4 rebounds, and he's shooting 43% from three-pointer. He's making $11 million. Another player, career high. He doesn't play defense as well, though, and he just turned 30. So I don't think he's going to be in contention for that 15 or 20 million.
I think he can get up to like 12 and a half.
12 and a half, 14, that type of range. He's an unrestricted free agent, so that helps him. Brooke Lopez, unrestricted free agent, 7-footer from the Bucks. 13 points per game, 5 rebounds, and he's shooting 37% from 3.
Yeah.
He plays good defense as well. He's in his 30 though. He's in his 30s. He's aged nicely. He only made less than $3.5 million this year.
I think he should make a little more than that next year. Maybe like 6, 7.
Yeah, I'd put him there. Good veteran to have on a team. Another player the Lakers could bring in as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or bring back since he was with them. I don't know. He's another player you can't really put a stamp on because any team would need a veteran, whether it's depth, and he could also start still.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a team that could need him. Because also, it's different with free agency because, say, a shitty team has a lot of money and you're a veteran, you're not going to go there. You're going to want to go to a team that's good and has somewhat decent money. I'd rather take that. It's more of an enjoyable time, especially when you're a veteran. You don't want to be stuck with shitty teams towards the end. You want to have fun. You want to contend. Yeah. You want to go to the playoffs. You don't just want to be stuck with a bunch of shitty teams.
I mean, especially when you made over $100 million in your career already. I mean, really, I think it's all about winning at that point and having fun.
Yeah. DeAndre Jordan, center with the Knicks, 7-footer, average 11 points per game, 13 rebounds, 64% field goal percentage, one of the best in the league. He's in his 30s. He's one of the best rebounders in the league. Everyone knows that. He made $23 million this year. I think he's going to get less than that since he is older. And he's not technically what he used to be.
Yeah.
But I still think he's in that range of 15 to 20 million. But I think he's a top 10 center in the league.
Maybe the Knicks retain him, sign him back.
I don't think so with Mitchell. I think what they're going to do is sign someone that's like decent for like kind of like, I'm trying to think here, who, like a veteran center, like a Jonas Valanciunas type of guy.
Yeah, someone that could kind of just be more of like a, I want to say mentor, but kind of
like a Robin Lopez.
Yeah.
A mentor to Mitchell Robinson to try to help him. A guy that's fine with taking the 2 spot. I lost myself. Then you got Malcolm Brogdon, restricted free agent for the Bucks. Coming off an injury. I don't know. He plays good offense and defense. He only made $1.5 million this year. I think he's obviously going to get more than that when he comes back. 6'5" point guard. You can play the 2 guard as well. Average 16 points per game, 3 assists. He shoots 43% from 3. So he's probably going to be around that $8 million mark. He's on the younger side, so that definitely helps him. Didn't he win Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago?
I feel like he did.
Yeah, he won Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago. I haven't been following the NBA the past couple of years. I don't know how many times I have to reiterate this, but I have not been following it the past couple of years because of the Warriors. So most of this I rely on other people to kind of cover it for me on Open Table Sports. Because I really don't give a shit when it comes to the NBA because of the Warriors. There's just been no competition the past couple of years. It's so boring. It's like the past couple of years I haven't been following college football because it's always been Clemson and Alabama. And I don't like college sports as it is. Everyone that knows me, they know my college football team is Texas. My college basketball team is Gonzaga. But I have not been following NBA because NBA is fucking awful and it is not good. The content is awful. The ratings are down. People going to games is down. Literally everything is down for the NBA right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they haven't come out with anything yet saying that the Warriors just need to break it up.
Well, I think it's about to happen anyway.
If they all resign.
Oh, that could be a big downfall for the NBA.
I think the ratings are only going to get even worse. So they definitely need to disband that team. Next up, Nikolai Mirotic, unrestricted free agent, power forward with the Bucks, coming off an injury as well. You could play the 4, which is really good. Average 15 points per game, 7.5 rebounds. He shoots 37% from 3, which is really good for a big man. He made 12.5 this year. I think he'll probably make about the same.
Yeah,
easily. He'll probably make around the same amount of money. I don't see anything big for him. And then Paul Millsap, he has a team option, which I think the team will keep him, averaging 13 rebounds per game, 7 rebounds. And one steal per game. I don't know why they have that stat in there. Whatever. But he made $30 million this year. I think he'll easily make less than that.
Yeah.
Hey, if the team opts out on him, Lakers have to be a team to look at. He could easily be a player the Knicks pick up. They usually like picking up that one veteran guy.
Yeah, they usually have one guy,
every single offseason. They pick up that one veteran guy for a bunch of money just to pick him up. And then Goran Dragic, he has a player option. If I'm him, I'm opting out of the Heat.
That team has no sense of direction.
Yeah. He made $18 million this year. I think he makes less than that, especially coming off a big injury, which he missed most of the year. Danny Green, unrestricted free agent. I think he goes elsewhere.
45% from three. That's impressive.
Yeah, he's shooting 46% from three. That's crazy.
So I think he could go.
He can go anywhere.
Yeah.
If you're shooting 46% from three, you can go to any fucking team you want.
Yeah.
Easily. JJ Redick, unrestricted free agent. I think for him, another team, Lakers, they need shooting. Lakers need shooting like crazy.
Yeah, I think he's been linked to the Lakers.
He's shooting 40% from
it's just
three.
His age. That's the only concern, really. He's 34, so
yeah,
that's about it.
Those are the top NBA free agents. See, it's weird because free agency is going to be so good, but it's like the season is awful.
Yeah,
playoffs are awful, but free agency is going to be good. Hopefully, it's not just a bunch of teams just re-signing because that MLB free agency was looking like it was going to be really good. But then it just went too long, and a bunch of people were getting 1-year deals or 2-year deals. So MLB free agency was supposed to be so good, and then ended up being a flop.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm tired. I don't know why. I slept really late today.
I think the NFL free agency was good.
Well, NFL free agency was awesome.
Always good
because all of it happened in a week. Not even a week. They had 100 free agents signed in like 3 days or something like that. So that's what I liked about NFL free agency because there were signings before it even started.
Yeah.
And there's still people unsigned for MLB. We'll get into that a little bit later. We actually do have some halftime viewer mail today, which is a surprise. We're going to get into the updated Money in the Bank card right now. Money in the Bank happens May 19th in Hartford, Connecticut at the XL Center. Definitely interesting. I went to Money in the Bank last year in Chicago. For people who don't know what Money in the Bank is, it's WWE. We do talk about WWE here. We're going to start doing more of it now. So we're going to go from the bottom of the card up. We're going to go to some rumored matches. It looks like it's going to be Samoa Joe defending his title. We don't know against who yet. Maybe it's Rey Mysterio. Who knows? I don't think they should do it again. I think that'd be a dumb move for them. Women's Tag Team Championship. It looks like it's going to be the Iconics versus Asuka and Kairi Sane versus Absolution. If Absolution isn't in it, then it's probably going to be Asuka and Kairi Sane versus the Iconics. So that's what it's looking like right now. Then these are the confirmed matches. The Miz versus Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. Easy prediction there with The Miz. Roman Reigns versus Elias. Easy prediction there with Roman Reigns. Then you have the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match featuring Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Natalya, Dana Brooke, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Ember Moon, and Carmella. Dana Brooke was the replacement for Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks, she requested her release from WWE, hasn't been seen in a couple weeks. So she's been on a little bit of a hiatus from WWE. There's no timetable for her return, and it doesn't look like it'll be anytime soon. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match featuring Braun Strowman, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, Finn Balor, Mustafa Ali, Andrade Cien Almas, and Randy Orton. My pick for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, I have to go maybe Bayley, Ember Moon, Naomi. Those are my top three: Naomi, Ember Moon, and Bayley in that order. Then you look at the men's. My prediction easily Drew McIntyre. I think you can put that one almost in pencil. For that, for
not
pencil. Write it down, but make sure you're able to take it off. But my prediction is Drew McIntyre. SmackDown Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair for the title. I don't know what that knocking is.
Getting attacked here at the Open Table Sports Studio.
Yeah, there's a baseball bat outside the studio. There's no one here. We're kidding. Don't call the police or something like that. Some crazy people are going to be like, oh my God, people are in danger.
Yeah.
They try to be Superman. Becky Lynch going to defend it against Charlotte. And then Becky Lynch is also in 2 matches. Becky Lynch is also defending her title, her Raw Women's title against Lacey Evans. She's going to have 2 matches that night. I heard she's going to be losing one of them. I bet she retains against Lacey, and she'll probably lose against Charlotte. My prediction. Charlotte Flair will get that 9th title win. I'm yawning a lot. But I think Charlotte wins that, and then Becky retains her Raw Women's title. Then the WWE Championship match, Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens. I think Kofi's going to retain easily. I don't think they're already going to have him lose his title. Then I guess like the biggest match of the night, since it's a dream match. It's never happened before. People have wanted it for years. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles for the Universal Championship. Same thing. I don't think they're going to have Rollins lose the title less than a month, or basically a month after he won the title. So I think Seth Rollins is going to retain there. Money in the Bank is shaping up to be a really good card. They always try to make Money in the Bank be a very good card every single year. So I like that they try to do that. I'll be in attendance for Money in the Bank. So if you're going to be there, just shoot me a tweet or whatever, and we could meet up. Now we're going to get into the halftime viewer mail. Will the Mets sign Dallas Keuchel or Craig Kimbrell? This is from Rick in Siesta Key, Florida. I could see them wanting, I don't know, because now that Vargas is starting to pitch more, I don't think they need Keuchel. Kimbrell, they do have a good bullpen. You can kind of flip a coin on either or.
I mean, when you look at Keuchel, come June, when you won't have to worry about the compensation for draft picks.
Yeah.
Almost every team could be in on Dallas Keuchel. So I don't think Keuchel could go to any team realistically. I know Yankees have said like that they're interested, when the time comes. But I mean, everyone could be in on Keuchel and Kimbrell. I don't know. I don't think the Mets need Kimbrell.
I don't think they need Kimbrell as much.
I don't think they need either of them.
I don't think
unless they get an injury.
Yeah, unless Vargas starts pitching pretty bad, I would say Keuchel. But right now, Vargas is doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? Because we got there. Oh, what did I hit? Scores. Well, this is the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I thought that was the Mets.
No.
So, I don't know. I would say Keuchel more than Kimbrell. Will the Warriors sweep the Rockets? This is from Kenny in Hartford, Connecticut. Most people call him the flamboyant one, Kenny Roberts. It's looking like a sweep right now. Depending on what happens in Houston, maybe Houston picks up one game. I don't see Houston picking up both games.
No, I think they could. I think they'll lose game 3, and then they could win game 4. And then
I can see that. 5. Yeah. I don't think if they win both games in Houston,
maybe we have a series.
I'm fine with that. Well, then it would be tied. So then basically after that, if it's tied 2-2, it's basically best out of 3 series. Yeah. I don't know. I hope they don't. Even if the Rockets win one game, cool. Because then that shows that the Warriors technically they didn't sweep the Clippers. Then that shows they wouldn't be, because I don't think they're going to sweep the finals. I think a team will be able to get one of them, whether it's the Bucks or the Raptors or the Sixers. I think every team in the East right now can probably get one game off the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
But as it's looking right now, Warriors are going to win the finals. So which team left in the Stanley Cup playoffs has surprised you the most? This is from Anthony in Long Island, New York. We'll flip this one over to you.
I think you got to go with the Hurricanes. Coming back from 3-2 down against the 1 seed, Capitals. You didn't see that coming. I had the Capitals winning that series, and the Hurricanes came through. And then I thought that they were going to be a letdown after winning in 7 against the Islanders, and now they're up 3-0 with a chance to sweep them tonight. So you got to go with the Hurricanes. I think one player you look at that maybe not surprising, but can still be surprising is Justin Williams, 18th year in the league, and he's still producing at an all-time high in the playoffs. They call him Mr. Game 7, and it's just amazing what he's doing in his 18th year in the NHL.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm trying to think if I can compare him to someone else. I guess like Adam Vinatieri.
Yeah, Adam Vinatieri, he's old and he's still clutch.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Brady.
Peyton Manning.
Mariano Rivera when he was getting at the end of his career.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of players that are playing now, but you can't. There's really no old players that are still. Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, and now he's done. So I mean, it's just a lot of old players.
Yeah, you don't see longevity a lot anymore in the pros.
Yeah.
So next we're going to get into the rundown. Again, we had a shorter podcast today because really nothing big happened this week. So now we're going to get into the rundown. The Yankees traded Cash to the Indians for outfielder Cameron Maybin. Cardinals traded catcher Francisco Pena to the Giants. The Dodgers outfielder A.J. Pollock to have surgery on his right elbow to take out a metal growth plate. There's no timetable for his return, but he will return this year.
Huge hit for me in fantasy.
Yeah. Diamondbacks moved right-handed pitcher Zach Godley from starting pitching to the bullpen. Ichiro Suzuki will be an instructor for the Mariners after retiring. Irvin Santana is now a free agent after the White Sox released him. The Mets DFA'd catcher Travis d'Arnaud. If you don't know what DFA means, it's designated for assignment, which basically means you're kind of releasing him on waivers. The Braves acquired right-handed relieving pitcher Jerry Blevins from the Mets. Orioles are listening to offers on right-handed relieving pitcher Michael Givens. The Blue Jays signed outfielder Ben Revere. The British are coming. The Giants are very active in the trade market for an outfielder. It's very interesting. NBA news now. The Timberwolves hired Rockets. He's formerly with the Rockets. Gerson Rosas to be the new president of basketball operations. The Spurs are signing head coach Greg Popovich to a 3-year contract extension. The Suns hired Monty Williams to be their next head coach for the next 5 years. And then we're going to get into our other segment of the podcast. The Suns traded forward/center Shanae Awumike to the Sparks for a 2020 first-round pick. Chase Elliott won the Geico 500 at Talladega. Dominic Thiem won the Barcelona Open. Ajax defeated Tottenham in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League semifinal. Barcelona defeated Liverpool 3-0 in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League semifinal. Coming in the NHL, Hurricanes traded defenseman Adam Fox to the Rangers for a 2019 second-round pick and a 2020 third-round conditional pick. Now we're going to get into the NFL. Running back Jamal Charles retired from the NFL. Kicker Sebastian Janikowski retired from the NFL. Linebacker Derek Thomas retired from the NFL. Raiders running back Isaiah Crowell tore his Achilles and is out for the 2019 season. It's a big blow for them. Raiders then re-signed Doug Martin, running back. Raiders released tight end Lee Smith. The Raiders declined safety Carl Joseph's fifth-year option. The Raiders are moving Trent Brown from left tackle to right tackle.
What haven't the Raiders done?
I know. Seahawks declined offensive tackle Jermaine Effetti's fifth-year option. The Cardinals declined defensive tackle Robert Nkadici's fifth-year option. Cardinals signed tight end Max Williams. Jets declined linebacker Darren Lee's fifth-year option. Jets claimed quarterback Luke Falk off waivers from the Dolphins. Texans signed safety Jaleel Adai to a 1-year contract. Texans picked up wide receiver Will Fuller's fifth-year option. Redskins declined wide receiver Josh Doxson's fifth-year option. The Bills declined defensive end Shaq Lawson's fifth-year option. Packers picked up defensive tackle Kenny Clark's fifth-year option. Saints declined cornerback Eli Apple's fifth-year option. Titans declined offensive tackle Jack Conklin's fifth-year option. Titans signed defensive lineman Brett Urban. The Bears picked up linebacker Leonard Floyd's fifth-year option. The Ravens re-signed defensive tackle Michael Pierce. The Vikings declined wide receiver Laquan Treadwell's fifth-year option. The Colts signed running back Spencer Ware. The Colts picked up center Ryan Kelly's fifth-year option. The Browns are planning to keep running back Duke Johnson and not trade him despite rumors. Falcons released guard Brandon Fusco. The Lions picked up offensive tackle Taylor Decker's fifth-year option. The Eagles picked up Carson Wentz, fifth-year option. He's a quarterback, if you didn't know. Eagles signed linebacker Zach Brown to a one-year, $3 million contract. And the Patriots, they traded tight end Jacob Hollister to the Seahawks for a 2020 7th-round pick. The Dolphins are still open to drafting a QB in the 2020 draft. And the Steelers released linebacker John Bostic. So that is it for the Open Table Sports podcast today, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 18. We don't know what we're going to do next Friday yet because Dom goes back to New Jersey from college, from the University of Bridgeport. So it's going to be interesting what we do. I'm a little tired today.
Could be the last time here for a little while.
Yeah, last time here until about August.
Yeah.
So we're going to go, about 4 months without being in the studio. So it'll definitely be interesting.
What do we got on tap for tonight, Matt?
Tonight we got Friday Night Alley Fights in East Haven, 662 Co Avenue. Show up. It's only $5 per person. So Dom and I will be working that event. It'll be pretty fun. On the next Saturday, we have May 11th. We have Rally Cry for PAPW. That'll definitely be a good event. I'll be working that one as well with Angelo, who will be working his first PAPW big event. So that'll be interesting.
Can Angelo take the role of Dom Caps? Can he fill in?
I don't know about that one. Everyone's going to be there tonight, so it'll be fun.
I'm going bowling too.
Yeah, we're going bowling again. We went bowling Tuesday.
You gonna step it up? You're a little off on Tuesday.
I know. I was tired. I wasn't really feeling it on Tuesday. I wasn't into it.
I was into it on Tuesday. I was going off. Broke my record, 156.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time. We're going to go bowling again tonight. Friday Night Alley Fights tomorrow. I might be going to Northeast Wrestling. I don't know yet. Sunday, I got work. So definitely a busy weekend for me and you as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be back next week. We're going to try to put out more daily recaps. We've been slacking on that the past couple weeks. We've been really busy, so it's hard to put them out every single night. But we will try to get more of those done. We're trying to get more content as well. If you have any recommendations for us and what to put out, if you want new things or whatever, just let us know. If you don't like something, tell us. If you want more of something, just tell us. Simple as that. And I did this whole podcast without any shoes on. Thank you. Have a good day.